I won't say his name, God forbid, but there was a guy who's one of the foremost leading experts in psychedelics. And I had interviewed him years ago for like 4 hours, and he's an absolute friggin' genius. And he got canceled for doing nothing. And long story short, he ended up at a great university and we become good friends. And he sent me something the other day, and he's like, hey, I know Callie's really, Callie means, he's like, I know Callie's really busy. Will you pass on this paper to him having to do with like the FDA and psychedelics, this, that, the other? And he's like, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but God, I hope Trump wins.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. And everybody in my line of work, all the MDs, all the PhDs, and again, I don't want to put anyone on blast, but I've yet to meet one that is actually going to vote for Kamala. And obviously my network in that space is massive.
Right. So where do you think, I actually asked Callie a version of this question, so I'm curious if you guys have similar answers. Where do you think it went wrong with all of this? Like,
oh, I have.
Like when I've had debates with my more lefty people, like if I say something about Fauci, but he's a good man. Look what he did for the gays in the 80s with AIDS and all of this. And it's just like, and he didn't know, and his intentions are good.
Get the F out of here.
No, but that's a certain set of people, clearly, that still think that he's a good man and he just did it because he's a good man. They don't mind the $400 grand he's still getting from the government for the rest of his life.
So where do you?
So go ahead. All right, go. I won't even ask a question.
Gosh, okay. Hold on, I gotta get comfortable for this. Just a second. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, David. My feet are clean. I have a beautiful pedicure. It's too short to let I gotta get grounded. Wow. Okay. If I had to really go back, Callie would tell you that it's the 1980s when big tobacco bought big food, right? And then they put their scientists and their research into it. And he's
precisely what he said in that chat.
Right. And I don't disagree with him with regard to where the food started to go wrong, but where did the governing bodies start to really go wrong? And there was a loophole that was created in the year right around 2000 where we started allowing all these crazy chemicals into our food unchecked. So there was these different spots along the way. Citizens United was another big one because when you open up all of our politicians in such a huge way to big food and big pharma and big insurance, I think the biggest lobbying groups are big pharma and big insurance. That door. And you make each and every one of our politicians up for sale.